This next place was so good. Hi, and welcome back to Veggies by EOS. I'm here with Kaya, who is passed out, doesn't want to be in today's video. But today I am going to be talking about some dessert places in LA that I visited last year. And I just recently posted another video like this, like about stuff in LA, but it was restaurants, so now I'm focusing on just dessert places. One thing I want to say is I don't live in LA, and it's actually been a while since I visited these places, so you're probably wondering, like, how do you remember any of this stuff then? And I don't, but I have it written down on my phone. So I am going to be going based off what I wrote on my phone a year ago. But I've had the footage of all this food on my computer for over a year, so this is the very last LA video I'm gonna make, unless I go back there one day, which I probably will. They have really good restaurants. So I'm going to be talking about 5 different dessert places today, and let's just get started. The first place is Stan's Donuts. So I really like this. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10, and I actually currently, where I live now, I have a really good donut place near my house, so I'd be interested to try it, comparing it side by side, because I don't know, the donut place by my house, I would also give either a 9.5 or a 10 out of 10. It almost tasted like a glazed donut, but like with the frosting and sprinkles on top, which I'm not the biggest fan of glazed donut. Like, I am if they're really good. Like, I don't like Krispy Kreme. You can fight me on that. I don't like Krispy Kreme, but if you have a really good glazed donut, it's really good, and this was just the best glazed donut. Also had the sprinkles and frosting on it. So, I mean, honestly, might even give it a 10 out of 10, but I went ahead and gave this one a 9.5 out of 10. This next place was so good. It was called Yoga Urt, like yoga and then a dash, and then U-R-T. So kind of an interesting name. It was actually, I think this one was near our Airbnb. I think it was generally walking distance to the Airbnb that we stayed at. Before I even talk about it, it's vegan, organic, and gluten-free. That's amazing. I will say it's not as sweet as like normal ice cream or frozen yogurt. Overall, I think I prefer non-vegan frozen yogurt, but for it being vegan, it was very good. Hi, look at you. Look at you. Hi. Like I said, very good for being vegan. So I actually, considering that it is vegan, Kaya's playing around, considering the fact that it is vegan, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Not quite as sweet as regular frozen yogurt, but I mean, if you're vegan, you don't even have an option. So yeah, if you're vegan, you need to try this place. It's so good. The next place is not just in LA. I know they have them in other places because I've been here in Oklahoma as well, but it's called the Baked Bear. And this was also very good, like to the point where I ate way too much and I felt sick after because I ate way too much sugar. It was disgusting. So I would recommend actually not, they're like known for their ice cream sandwiches. I would recommend not getting that just because it's way too much food. Like I literally felt sick after eating it. It could have been from something else, but I think I felt sick because I had way too much sugar. So overall, the Baked Bear was really good, but I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 just because I did feel sick afterwards. I would recommend just get the ice cream or just get the cookies. Don't get the ice cream sandwich. But everything I got there was really good. So this next place I was not as impressed with. So Drips and Swirls. It was this really cute little shop, very small, like little area, like wouldn't be good to go right now because of COVID. But pre-COVID times, it was really cool. They had this charcoal waffle cone, and honestly, that was really good. I've never even heard of that. So I really like the charcoal waffle cone. But as for the actual ice cream inside of the waffle cone, it tasted artificial. I did not like it at all, would definitely not go back there. So I gave it a 5 out of 10. Again, like I would recommend the waffle cone, but that's about it. That's actually my biggest pet peeve with desserts. If it tastes artificial, it's automatically a 5 out of 10. Like, that's just disgusting. And maybe it's the flavor I got, so maybe if you get a different flavor, it doesn't taste artificial. And I believe this is owned by David So, who's like, he's on JK News and JK Party if you watch them on YouTube. And that was actually why we went here, because it's his restaurant. So yeah, sorry, but honestly, I wouldn't go back. The very last thing is actually in Universal Studios, and it's in the Harry Potter land. They have, if you've ever been there, you'll know what I'm talking about. They have like this store with a bunch of candy and stuff like that. And besides candy, they also had cupcakes. And I think they had like other stuff as well. I don't really remember. But I got a cupcake, and like cupcakes, if it's a really good cupcake, that's like my favorite thing. I will say, it wasn't the best cupcake I've ever had or anything like that, but it was really good. Like the icing was really good. The cupcake itself, I'd say was just a little bit better than average, like nothing crazy, like just an average good cupcake. But yeah, the icing was really good. The icing made it really, really good. So I gave it an 8 out of 10, slightly above average. That was my last dessert place, and that was actually the last time I'll ever film about this trip. I've had all this stuff written out and all these clips on my computer for over a year, so finally I can take them off of my computer. So I hope you enjoyed this. I know this was kind of a random video. If you want to check out the one from last week that did not focus on desserts, it just focused on like restaurants, there were some good restaurants on there. And I also have some LA videos from a year ago. I can link a couple of those below. Actually, I'll link my favorite restaurant, because we did a few videos, but I'm just going to link my favorite restaurant below. You need to check it out. I might go back to LA just because of that restaurant. It was so good. So I will link that below along with last week's video. And let me know if you want me to, like, I don't know, review food places like around where I live. I don't know. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.